Yo, it's WT Hamilton, and I approve this message.
I just want you to know I'm about to give you some real knowledge.
Alright, welcome to episode 2 of using law of attraction in your daily lives. Today we're going to talk about loading your subconscious, how to load your subconscious. Now last episode we were talking about fear and how subconsciously fear affects what you're doing and how you transmit those feelings of fear even when sometimes you don't know that you're doing that. And I gave you a technique to help you with that, so I want you to check out that episode if you haven't already. We're going to look at loading the subconscious. Now, one of the big roadblocks people run into, you have fear when you're first starting out and you're really starting to get to use the law of attraction in your daily lives, but you also have doubt. And doubt, it's another feeling. It's something that it's in the subconscious, and it affects how you're able to do things with the law of attraction. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about how to load your subconscious so that you can start to remove fear and doubt, and how to measure it, because there's a technique that I'm going to give you, a little exercise that you can do. It's going to help you to be able to remove fear and doubt and to really load your subconscious with specific things to help you to really be able to use the law of attraction in your daily lives. So let's get into this, because I'm excited. This is going to be fun. I got my Tim Hortons coffee right here, ready to go. I'm juiced up and ready. So welcome to episode 2 of our podcast style show. And as you know, it's WT Hamilton. I know I didn't really introduce myself in episode 1, but the intro is my introduction, right? So all right, let's get into this. So your subconscious is your connection to how you feel about things. This is one of the things that I find when I'm working with people, when I'm working with clients, they struggle with. Once you start to use the law of attraction, at the beginning it's pretty easy. You're focusing on things and things are happening for you. But when you start to look at why things are happening for you, why it's working, it's because you're focusing on things that you really believe that you can do. You really believe that you can have. And even if it's a new car, getting a promotion, these are things that you realistically think that you can have. And when you start to really focus on it and build that belief of having it, you're able to achieve it. But here's what happens. So you've kind of tapped into something you already subconsciously believed you could have. And then right away, and I did this too, right away you jump to something really big. And I did this too. When I started learning how to use this stuff, I went from achieving small goals and really feeling good about the law of attraction to all of a sudden wanting some big huge goal. And my big huge goal was to have a multi-million-dollar business, a big huge goal. And it's like when you're learning how to play basketball, and then all of a sudden you want to go to the NBA, and you didn't do any of those little steps to get there. So what does that mean? It means that you haven't built up that belief that you can have those big things. And the law of attraction is very simple. It really is. You see it, you believe it, you be it, right? So you see it in your mind first, you visualize it, and then you believe that you can have it, and then you be it. You act as if you already have it. That's so simple, but it's so hard to do. And the reason it's so hard to do is because you have to build that belief. Now, how do you build that belief? You build it subconsciously. That's where you start. So how do you build your subconscious? How do you load it? That's where the affirmations come into play. So you start to affirm, and basically what you're doing is you're telling your subconscious this is what you want to believe. Not that you believe it yet, but you want to believe. So say one of the things you want is more money. And you start to say affirmations. I am a money magnet. Money flows easily and frequently to me. I have an abundance of money in my life, and you might even put some gratitude in there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Right? And you start to repeat those, and you say those over and over. Maybe you say those 10 times every morning when you first wake up, and you say them again throughout the day, and maybe at night before you go to bed, you say them again for maybe 5-10 minutes, and you're loading that subconscious. But at first you don't really believe it. It's something that you're trying to tell your mind that you want to believe. But what you have to do is you have to marry that subconscious belief to the feeling of having it. Once you start to really feel like you have it, now you can transmit that to the universe, and you can bring more of that feeling to you and more of the fruit. So you'll start to see more money coming to you, and you'll start to build more of a belief that you can have more money. But when you're focusing on, say, having $1 million, and a lot of people say have $1 million and you write a date when you want to have it by. But if you've never really built up that belief, that feeling that you should have and you deserve to have and you will have that $1 million, doesn't matter how many affirmations you say or how many hours of affirmations you say, you won't transmit and you won't bring it to you because you don't really believe it. You don't truly believe it. So here's the exercise that I want you guys to look at. This exercise is really cool, and it really works. What you got to do is you got to start a log. Start looking at things that you want to do. All right, we talked about in the last episode of doing 101 things that you would want to do in your life. But start looking at some things that you want to do. Say you want to have more money, better relationship, you want to have a better job, better career, whatever it is. Each thing that you look at, write down, how do you feel today? How do you feel about it? Because your feelings are going to tell you what you're subconsciously thinking, what you really believe. If you have, butterflies in your stomach when you're thinking about it, or you feel nervous, or you have fear, any of those feelings, those emotions, they're telling you what you subconsciously believe. Now, this is where a lot of people go wrong, I guess, with the law of attraction. When they're focusing on these big things and they're not getting it, they're thinking the law of attraction isn't working for them, or they're thinking they don't know how to use the law of attraction. But the law of attraction is working for you. Is when you're getting those feelings of, you're really scared when you think about a big goal, or you have a lot of doubt. It's like a hope and a wish. You wish you could do it, but you really don't think you can do it. But you hope you can. You're going to try because you hope you can. When you have those feelings, the law of attraction is telling you you haven't done enough work yet of building your subconscious, of loading that subconscious so that you can feel that you could have that. So you don't truly feel like you deserve it, like it will be yours. So you will never have it until you remove those doubts and those fears. And the only way to remove those doubts and those fears is to build the belief. So you build it by, instead of jumping from small things to great big huge things, you start to go from small thing to a little bit of a bigger goal and a little bit of a bigger goal, and each one of those little goals is bringing you closer to that really big goal. But you're focusing on those little ones, and you're focusing on how you feel when you're chasing them. Because when you feel good about it, when you feel happy and you feel excited about the next goal that's maybe a little bit bigger than the last one, you're building that subconscious belief that you can have it. And as you build that in your heart that you can have it, and it's in your mind that you can have it, you will have it. But it's hard to jump from 0 to 100 all in one move. And this is what we work on. This is some of the things that I teach, is how to do those little steps to get to that big goal, and how to really build that belief, how to remove that doubt. Because the doubt and the fear are your first two big roadblocks. And getting through those and starting to build that mindset that you can have it, starting to realize that the way that you feel is the law of attraction letting you know. It's like your report card. It's letting you know how well you're doing with this new idea that you're looking at. So a lot of people, they think the law of attraction, because it's simple, it's going to be so easy. But there is a lot of things that go into really getting good at the law of attraction. and it's in degrees. So you could be really good at the small simple stuff because you already kind of believe that you could have it anyways. But as you start to go to those bigger things, that's where you have to really focus on your feelings, what you're vibrating. Are you speaking and acting the same way? Or are you speaking one way with affirmations, but you're acting a different way? You're projecting a different thing with how you actually show up in the world. So those are some of the things you got to look at. In our book, Your Invincible Power, our first book, we walk through all the different little things that you kind of need to know, well, not kind of, that you need to know to be able to start using the law of attraction in your daily lives. In that book, we give all kinds of little exercises, little things that you can do to build, your belief, to get rid of fear and doubt, and to start to really visualize and focus on having that thing, and how do you get there? How do you really build that up? So one of the things that you got to do is build up your, load your subconscious. So you got to load your subconscious by doing what I have said. You take a list of things that you want to do, and you look at how you feel about it. How do you feel about it today? And then you revisit it tomorrow. And any ones that you have fear or doubt, that's the law of attraction telling you that you need to focus more on those things, of removing those. And how do you remove those? You use your affirmations. So if you have a really great relationship and you're really confident in your relationship, you don't need to do a lot of affirmations for your relationship. You can do gratitude for your relationship. But if you have a lot of doubt and fear about money, that's where you need to focus your affirmations. That's where you need to build your subconscious. And then you need to start finding ways to be able to experience having more money, to experience that feeling of having more money. And we give you a lot of techniques in the book, and we're going to be going through a bunch of different things that you can do with not only that book, but some of the other books that we have written, because we have a bunch of books that we've written to help you learn how to use the law of attraction in your daily lives. So that is what episode 2 is about. It's all about loading your subconscious. If you want to learn more about this stuff, I don't do a lot of one-on-one coaching because it takes up a lot of my time, and I have to charge a lot of money for that. So what I do is I do group sessions where I do small groups of like 6 to 10 people, and we do it like a Zoom call, or we'll do a webinar type of call. And then I also follow up with some personalized emails and text messaging to help you get to where you need to go. So if you're interested in that, you can contact me. You'll see the contact information in the description. You can send me an email, let me know, use subject line group training session, and we really work on going from what you want and how to have it. And so it's a really cool program that helps you to learn how to start building the momentum in the little steps and growing that goal into that big goal. You can have that big goal, but it's like, here's all the little steps you need to do now to get there, and here's the ways to remove the fear and doubt as you get into those bigger, harder to do, scarier type of things. A lot of times what you need is you just need someone that can help you to navigate and can kind of talk with you and work with you to get through that. So that's available to you if you're interested. That would be awesome. I'm glad that you checked this out today. I'm going to be doing a lot more of these podcast style shows. I think they're very helpful, very useful for people. I'll be sharing a lot of nuggets, giving you a lot of breadcrumbs. I want you to go and get that book, Your Invincible Power, and start reading through it, because it's really going to help you. We reference it a lot. I'm going to be referencing it every show. So the more that you know about that, the easier it's going to be for you to use the law of attraction in your daily lives. And remember, the goal for the law of attraction, the main goal for the law of attraction is you have to feel like you already have it. So everything that we talk about is to achieve that goal of feeling like you already have it. Because when you feel like you already have it, you're transmitting to the universe that you already have it, and the universe is going to bring it to you, and it's going to bring it to you in abundance. But the hardest thing to do is to convince yourself to really believe without a doubt that you already have it. And that's what we're working on. That's what the show is about. That's what our book is about. That's what the law of attraction is about. It's about building that belief that you already have it. So now you know what your goal is. Now you know what you need to do. Don't expect that just because you read a book or you listen to 1 or 2 podcasts, all of a sudden you know exactly what to do and how to do it. It's a building process. It takes a bit of time. It takes some skill. You have to look at what skills do you need. You know, there's a multitude of things that you really need to be good at to master the law of attraction. It's not just one thing or 2 things or 3 things, and they all have to work together in conjunction, in harmony. So this is what I'm teaching you. This is how I'm going to help you to get to where you can be a master of the law of attraction, where you can use the law of attraction in your daily lives, where you can have fun and you can really live the life that you want, the life that you deserve. So thanks for joining, and we will talk to you again. I'm going to be doing these I'm going to try to do them probably once a week, but you know, whenever I do them, I'm going to be posting them on YouTube. I'm also going to be posting them on our website. There'll be a page so you can check out, you know, old podcasts and the newest one as well. Listen to these as you're doing things and really think about what we're talking about. Use these techniques, try them out. They're going to work for you. You're going to see some big results. I'm telling you right now, when you do that log and you look at the things that you want to do and you start to look at how you feel, that's the first way that you can start to really change how you feel about it. You have to recognize it. So it won't be hidden in your subconscious anymore. You'll be conscious of it and you can change it. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. This is the 2nd episode. You know, I don't script this, just so you know. I don't script this. I just talk off the top of my head. I think about beforehand doing this. I think about what I want to talk about and kind of put it roughly together what I want to talk about, but I let it flow as I record. So I hope that you enjoy it. Hope that you get a lot of benefit out of it. Leave a comment, share, like it, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and go buy the book. I'm telling you, the book is really going to have a positive impact, a huge life-changing impact on you. It's written in a way that it's how I learned how to use the law of attraction, and it's written in a way that it gives you concept and it also gives you practical application. So you get 2 different ways of looking at the law of attraction, 2 different ways of understanding it. And I'm telling you, we've got a lot of feedback from people of how impactful it's been, that they've read other books on the law of attraction, but this one breaks it down and keeps it in a very simple, practical, logical way of using it, and makes it so that you can actually apply it to your life. And so that's what our show is about. It's based off the book, so you really should go get that book. I know I'm pushing it, but it's really that important for you to read. It's not just for me to make a sale. It's for you to actually get the benefits out of it, because our goal is to help millions of people learn how to use the law of attraction in their daily lives. So that's our goal, and my personal goal is to really feel it and believe that I have it, right? So that's the thing, what we're doing. Everybody's doing the same thing. We're all focused on, you know, feeling it and believing that we already have it. And as we transmit that, we're going to have all kinds of abundance in our lives. So thanks for joining. We'll talk to you again.
Yo, it's W.T. Hamilton, and I approve this message.
I just want you to know I'm about to give you some real knowledge.